Bill Carter is joining us. So the world now on Netflix, Bill, is changing. These docu-series. Making a Murderer is the most talked about that I can recall. Does anything compare to it, Bill?
Well, last year, the HBO series did the story about the rich millionaire who supposedly killed his wife, and that was much talked about as well. But it wasn't as long as this one, and this one is, I guess the outcome of this one is what's driving people crazy. That this guy was apparently, according to the documentary anyway, framed for this murder. I mean that's the case they try to make.
I've thought the filmmakers were very sympathetic because they had access to the Avery family.
Yes.
When you watch these docu-series on true crime, is there a responsibility of the filmmaker anything beyond doing interesting work, or do they have a responsibility to be accurate?
I think you've really hit the point here, Colin. You should refrain from thinking this is news. This is an advocacy piece. Clearly they had access to the defense throughout the entire trial, and you see their perspective. You didn't see the prosecutor's perspective. Now, the prosecutor refused, but you definitely get a skewed view by doing this. Someone today asked me at CNN, should CNN have bought this? And I said, no, it would be a big success, but it's not news. It's the person's, the two filmmakers decided to take this on, and I think they are presenting their point of view.
Yes, that has been my take, Bill, over the last week, is that it is, I told my wife went crazy on this. She's online, she's furious. And
Yeah.
I said, honey, these are brilliant filmmakers.
Yeah.
So you feel comfortable calling it an advocacy piece?
I do. I mean, I think, look, I in the middle of this, of the documentary when they're in court, and you see things like the key, which was pretty obviously planted, and there are questions that are raised where your mind is boggled. I think you do have to step back and say, am I seeing the whole story? I don't know for sure. I don't know for sure whether or not things were left out or selectively edited. I can't say for sure. Now, the prosecutor has come forward and said that. I think the case was still compelling, and I'm intrigued by it. And I found myself thinking, well, if I'd been on the jury and this is what I heard, I probably wouldn't have convicted this guy because I would have had doubts. I could not have said I don't have a reasonable doubt. I just don't know if it's the complete picture.